All right, everybody, welcome into Average Joe Sports Talk. It is college football preview time. This time we have the Florida Gators versus the LSU Tigers in Baton Rouge at 7 p.m. this Saturday night. Now, Florida 6-0 coming off a major win versus Auburn. LSU is 5-0. LSU is favored in this game, 13.5. That is one of the most ridiculous lines I've ever seen in my life. For them to be favored over Florida 13.5 is comical to me. David's a neutral. No, actually, both of these guys are neutral. I'm a Florida fan. I'm going to let you guys start. I'm going to let David start. David, you go ahead and start, and then I'll pick up from there.
Yeah, when I look at this game, what I see, first of all, is you've got strengths and weaknesses going against each other. You know, Florida's strength is their defense, as we obviously saw this past week. They've got a stifling defense up front. And LSU, with this new revamped offense they got, is one of the best offenses in the country. The way they've been able to move the ball effectively throughout the season. You've got Joe Burrow, who went from being a game manager last year to this year being a Heisman candidate. One of the things that I see that I like about LSU, as far as when I look at coaching, Ed Orgeron is a guy that a lot of people give no respect whatsoever, and he has allowed people to come in and do what he can't do for him. You know, he's gotten Brady in to be his passing game coordinator. And it has opened up everything they're doing. Now, what's happened this year is it's flopped, and all of a sudden the defense isn't what we expect out of LSU. So where Florida may be a little bit handicapped, even though they're evolving right now with a new quarterback with Trask, the offense may be their weakness. LSU's defense is the weakness right now. They've given up a lot of yards, obviously, to Texas earlier this season, and then they gave up points, even so it may have been later in the game, to Vandy. Giving up 38 points to Vandy is not something you want on your record either. But the weapons they have on offense is going to be something to deal with. Edwards-Helaire is the running back, their leading running back. He's got 360 yards, averaging 5.5 yards a carry. Jordan Jefferson's a threat on the outside all day. That's going to be I think my matchup is going to be LSU's offense against Florida's defense. This is going to be the best defense LSU has seen all year by far. If they go from scoring 55 points a game to 35 points a game, the question is going to be, can Florida match that? I think it's going to be the question.
I'm going to take over now and pass it back over to you, Kev. First of all, this is going to be the week that the real LSU shows up. And when I say that, I mean it wholeheartedly. This will be the week that if they get to 28 points, I will dress up in a clown outfit and run down Broad Street where we live. There is no way that this team's going to go up and down the field on Florida. Florida is going to expose Joe Burrow for the phony he is. He's a game manager. This schedule they've played of Utah State, Vandy, Northwestern Side State, behind the health center on 103rd Street, Georgia Southern, and Texas. And then everybody goes, oh, man, they hung whatever on Texas. Texas is still a Big 12 defensive team at the end of the day. And they're hanging their hat on the Texas win. Texas is horrible.
It's kind of telling when you hang your hat on a Texas victory.
On a Texas victory. And Texas is horrendous. Dude, literally, where is Northwestern State? Who is that?
It's up in Northwest, ain't it?
It's in Louisiana, I thought.
Vandy's got hung 38 on them. Texas hung 38 on them. If Florida does not turn the ball over like they did against Auburn, they can have one or two turnovers and still beat this LSU team. This LSU team is the biggest fraud that's been in college football in the last decade. I guarantee it. They cannot run the ball. They will not be able to run the ball in Florida. Florida is either 1 or 2 in the nation in sacks right now. They're also right up there in takeaways. So I'm going to tell you this right now. There is no chance Joe Burrow gets the 30-point mark against Florida's defense.
If
Zero
you're
chance.
playing Florida and you get behind the chains on second and third down,
they're going to live behind the chains this game. They do everything they do works perfectly into Florida's hands. It's a hurry up, fast tempo. Let's get the ball out to these receivers. Florida has 2 All-American corners. Florida has the best pass rush in the league, if not the nation. Florida has defensive ends that we don't have to pass. We don't have to blitz to get the quarterback. We do that for comedy. There is no way, unless they're running the ball downhill, they can beat Florida. Minus us beating ourselves with turnovers, which we tried to do against Auburn. We tried our best to do that against Auburn. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't look for Joe Burrow to finish the game.
Whoa.
I'm telling you. He's a statue, dude. And if the reason that we didn't have more sacks on Bo Nix, and a lot of people don't know this about Bo Nix, Bo Nix didn't get sacked his last 2 years at Pennsylvania in high school because he knows how to get rid of the ball. He almost got decapitated on the first snap of the game, and he threw an intentional grounder that didn't throw. Guess what he has that Joe Burrow does not have?
Mobility.
Wheels. There is no, and I'm telling you right now, he had 5 seniors blocking for him. Veteran offensive line, what I think is 145 starts between them coming into that game. This group that Joe Burrow's got blocking for him, okay, Northwestern's defensive tackle or Utah State's defensive tackle or hell, Vandy's for that matter. Hell, even Texas is comical. They're about to play some monsters. I'm talking about some absolute monsters. Florida is going to eat them alive defensively. I'm not saying we're going to get, well, I'm going to pick Florida, but I'm going to tell you this right now. If you put your money on LSU and 13.5 points, you deserve to lose your house. You're insane if you think LSU's going to beat them by 13.5 points.
Well, I think you said all needs to be said, but I'm just gonna put fuel on the flame. I'm an Alabama fan. I don't have a dog in the fight or a corn dog in the fight. But if you're bragging that your team beat Texas, which is coached by an overrated Tom Herman, the most overrated coach in the country, you give up 38 points to Texas, and LSU, they're ranked 10th in the league rushing, and I believe Auburn was too, and they shut Auburn down. How many? They have 124 yards, something like that rushing.
Did they have that many?
It might not have been that many. So
I don't think they had that many.
But if LSU, I mean, it's just gonna be a long night.
Name a defense in the top 50 or 75 that they've played. So now you're going to go from not playing a team in the top 75 defensively to playing Florida.
I wish I got
who's giving up nine points a game. There's no way.
I wish I got a percentage of the alcohol sales that's going to be taking place in Baton Rouge.
There's going to be a lot more Saturday night.
I'll be able to retire.
There's going to be a lot before the game because that's what they like to do is get drunk and act crazy. But after the game, there's going to be a lot of blues getting drank away.
And when they wake up Sunday morning, they're going to realize that, if a married couple in Baton Rouge, if they get divorced, they're still brother and sister. So,
wow, I didn't go that far, but hey, I mean, I'm with you. Let's go prediction time. And wait, before we do, let's flip it around. Let's talk about Florida's offense versus their defense for a minute. Okay, so Trask has been efficient, but he's put the ball on to the ground. That's the only way that LSU could beat us is if we beat ourselves with turnovers.
And I think Trask may have a little bit of the same setup as what Bo Nix had last week. I think this environment is going to be huge. He's not been anywhere near this. And a night game in LSU, you are a tiger bait sitting back there in the pocket. And, like I said, now the defense is not what it has been. If LSU's defense has been what it has been the last few years.
With this
offense, I wouldn't give a prayer. But the defense is not as good. But it doesn't matter. You're still going up against SEC guys, whether they're top 5 defense or not. It's SEC guys, and Trask is going to have to deal with that noise. He's going to have to deal with what goes on before the game, riding that bus in. There's numerous stories about teams riding the bus into LSU on game day. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on, and his head is going to be flying everywhere. So that's going to be a problem right there. Now, he can adjust, and, a lot of times that kind of stuff usually doesn't last past midway through the first quarter. You adjust, you get into the game, you're good to go by the third quarter. If you're doing what you need to do, the crowd's not a problem anymore. But you've got to make plays and make that happen. And early on, it could be difficult for him to make plays.
I agree with you on that. Now, the only thing I will say about Trask is, and he probably just did this by the seat of his pants, coming in off the bench at Kentucky, and I tell you this right now, I know Kentucky's better than LSU is defensively up front. There ain't no doubt in my mind about that.
It's weird to say, but yeah.
I promise you that. Coming in and obvious passing downs that whole second half there when he came in for Franks. And to pull us back and win that game, at least he got a little taste of SEC at night. Now, I know Lexington and Baton Rouge are two different things, but I can tell you something else is two different things, is the competition that they've given up 38 points to what we're going to do offensively. Because can they cover our receivers? Can they cover our receivers? That's all I want to know. Right. Can they cover our tight end? I mean,
Well, it's DBU.
Tight ends a massive
Who is?
problem.
LSU.
no, they're not. They're nowhere near. Name me somebody in the pros right now that's a good DB for them. Name one.
Can I-
Say Honey Badger, is he good? No. Is he better than Joe Hayden? No, he's not. I mean, you kidding me?
The one they've got right now that will cause problems if they're not careful is Grant Delpit. Now that guy's a ball player.
You're talking the
and-
one that's there now?
Yes, yeah. He's going to be out there.
But if
and
they're
he's gonna be floating
DBU,
out there.
who are they rolling over in the pros?
Well, who do you think is DBU?
Y'all
Florida. It's not
y'all
even
brought
close.
the player's name earlier, George Jefferson.
Yeah.
Is that the second George Jefferson had played LSU?
Jordan Jefferson used to be the quarterback, right?
Yeah, it was Jefferson.
I didn't realize they was letting former players back in LSU. See them, so they let them get away with all kinds of stuff.
Well,
Go Tigers.
And that's another fraud. He's another fraud, dude.
Hey, Tiger Mike, if you're listening.
I mean, I want Tiger Mike. I want him to call me.
Well, Ed Orgeron has gone into this. This has become kind of the it thing to do in football. Ed Orgeron has gone into the same realm as Dabo Sweeney of being a manager that lets his coordinators do their jobs, and he just kind of stays that way. He's a motivator. You know, he's going to give the pep up talk. He's going to be in there telling them that, you know, even though they're undefeated and the top 5 team, you know, that nobody's giving them a chance. He's going to be the motivator that lights a fire under him. And then Dave Aranda, Brady, and I can't remember the other coordinator's name that came from Auburn down there right now.
Still.
No, the offensive
Steele's
coordinator.
good.
He's
I know
a tight
he's
ends
a
coach.
white-headed
I can't think of his name. But those guys are the ones
Insinger,
putting
or
together.
Insminger.
Insminger. He's the one putting together the game plan.
So they're just getting scraps.
And they're going to be the ones that do all this hard work. While Orgeron's in there just whispering little things in these guys' ears, telling them how they don't have a chance, and and then he's going to go in there and light a fire in them before the game. But that's the it thing to do, and like I said before, that's one of the things I respect about Orgeron is he understands where his role is on that team, and that he needs to let those guys get in there and do their job, and those coordinators, which they've got one of the better defensive coordinators in the country, in Dave Aranda. He's a fantastic coordinator. And then this Brady guy is just the guy that LSU fans have been clamoring forever for somebody to come in there and institute the forward pass at LSU because it hasn't been done in 30 years. So
Forward pass.
finally, we've got the forward pass in LSU, and well, there you go. All of a sudden, we've got an offense down there.
So this is a classic example of defense versus offense, and every time that normally happens,
The defense wins.
Hey,
right?
defense travels.
Defense travels. The other part is, you mean to tell me Ed Orgeron is going to out scheme Dan Mullen? Todd Grantham is going to eat like he's never ate before going into this game. Let's do prediction time. Kevin?
38-17 Florida.
38-17?
I'm going to say that LSU does not get much of a running game. They're not going to have much of a running game. They haven't had much of one all year. But I'm going to say they're going to find ways to take advantage of the Florida rush. And they're going to find ways to take advantage of Florida getting upfield. And they're going to run draws. They're going to run counters. They're going to find a way to get enough rushing to make a difference. And the passing game is going to, Burrow, I don't think Burrow's going to be a Heisman candidate by the end of the year. I think he'll come back down to earth in this game. He may throw for 250, somewhere in that range right there. But it's going to be enough. And the defense will cause turnovers by Kyle Trask when he's in there and his head's fluttering everywhere. I'm going to say LSU pulls at 31-21.
All right. I'm going to pick, but I'm going to let RJ pick first. RJ, give me a score, brother.
38-10 Florida.
10.
No respect.
That's about accurate.
Graduate of the Bo Starkey School of Homerism.
All right. Let me break this down. Here's what's about to happen. Guarantees. Joe Burrow, this is the exit stage right on the Heisman talk tonight. Exit stage right. Ed Orgeron is about to get exposed for all that he is. What's going to happen is Alabama's they're going to roll into Tuscaloosa and get throttled. That's going to happen. That happens every year. That's just like a holiday nowadays. It's always hype, and then they get throttled by Alabama. So let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. So when that comes,
Y'all helping us out, by the way. So.
Hey, I'm telling you, let's go ahead and get this out of the way because it's coming later on this year. To make Florida a 13.5-point underdog to this, the most overhyped team in college football I've seen in a decade. And I'm not laughing, I'm being dead serious. If they played them at Gadsden City right now, I'm telling you right now, Florida should be favored 7 over these idiots.
I think I just saw Joel Osteen head to the gamble to put money on this game.
Florida is going to win this game. I'm going to give LSU a little bit of credit. And I mean a little bit of credit. What are they averaging in the game? 50? 50-something
54,
points?
I think.
54? Florida's going to do more than cut that in half. Florida's going to let them score. They will score 24 points. And Florida's going to score 31 points. Florida will win this game 31-24. And it's going to be one of these things where it's never in doubt. Florida's going to win this game solidly. If you put money on LSU at 13.5, you need somebody. They need to send the white coats in to lock you away. You are insane. You are insane. That is the stupidest line I've seen in college football.
I will say it was pretty shocking when I seen that line.
Now, and don't get me wrong, because back in my early years, I used to gamble a lot. And usually when there is a shocking line like that,
You take it.
everybody puts money on the under, and it always happens. There's usually a reason. Well, I can tell you what this reason is right now. Vegas is saying, hey, man, this is house money with these guys. We better get it while we got it. Because that Vegas knows these guys are frauds. They're playing at home. They got everybody pumped up with the myth, the night. They're nothing. Dude, LSU's nothing. Florida manhandled them last year. And we weren't that very good last year at that point when we played them.
Last year, I believe you put a guarantee on this game.
Oh, I did.
And it came true.
I did, yeah. I did that one and the national championship game. Those are two that I guaranteed. Now, this is a 100% guarantee that Florida is going to cover the 13.5. That's a bet the house guarantee on that. Winning the game, I'm not going to sit here and just flat out guarantee it because of the way we fumbled the ball last week. But if somebody put a gun in my hand and said, what do you think the score is going to be? 31-24 Florida. That's it. We're shutting it down. You guys got anything else? Please comment because I want to hear the comedy right off the bat from the LSU fans because I know it's
No Tigers.
No Tigers. All right, this is Average Joe Sports Talk. We are out.